morning from Arlington, Virginia. We are in Glass River Media Studios, which probably you'll know. I suspect you're seeing us on some kind of Glass River Media social media, but who knows?
Hopefully.
Maybe you have somehow tuned into this using your AM radio, in which case I am Jeff Carpenter of Glass River Media, and with me is Ronan in the corner.
Yep. This is Ronan in the corner, and I guess we have to bring on like our radio talk show host voices.
Oh, yeah, well, what do we do if this is a radio show? We do traffic.
Traffic.
And weather, traffic. There's
Delays on weather on the 8.
Delays on 395 as usual, and traffic is flowing smoothly. Now over to you, Bob. Go ahead, give us the weather, Bob.
Today is going to be hot with some chance of precipitation.
You know, this stuff's pretty easy. You just say
Yes.
chance of rain and traffic is bad, and you're generally right.
I was going to say, just like when my dad lived in Arizona, he was saying like being a weatherman in Arizona would be fantastic.
Easiest job in the world.
All you got to say is it's going to be hot today, and it's a 20% chance of rain. Done.
Every day, 20%
Yes.
chance. I really like that. That's job security. Anyways, for those who joined us yesterday, you may remember that we had Ronnell Richards here. Well, guess what? He's still here because we're doing all kinds of stuff this week. We recording things for us, for Ronnell. Lots of what do you call it? Synergy.
Yeah,
Yes.
synergistic. You know what? I kind of like this whole like morning talk show thing that you guys are doing because, like Jeff, you got like the perfect like radio guy voice, and then Ronan has a nickname, Ronan in the corner. Like it's like Jeff on the street, or on a radio show you got to have like that guy that has kind of the quirky nickname.
He beat out like what is it, like Weezer or Booger?
Oh.
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean-
so maybe we could get Ronan like a T-shirt. Ronan on the corner, make him a celebrity. It'd be like Ronan on the corner.
We can put him. We'll send him out on the street with the microphone.
Oh my God! Love it. So you're just like changing his corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around here, I'm trying to think. It's mostly going to be asking people what you just bought at Whole Foods.
Is that what it is?
That's what. Yeah. I don't know. We might get some people going to the metro, but mostly it's people coming out of Whole Foods.
That could be interesting. So what's going on today?
Wednesday.
It's hump day.
I don't know. Well, we've got Ronan briefly. He's going on a shoot this afternoon, aren't you?
I am.
More.
Shooting.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Video shoot.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
No,
nowadays,
that's actually a big problem in DC. No, I've had to train myself like around the studio. Like, oh, we're going on a shoot today. Grab the camera. We're going to shoot something. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, when you go to record someone at the U.S. Capitol or White House, you have to adjust your language because I have been in that situation where people's ears perk up and they're like, "What? What did you say? You're here to what the senator?" So yeah, no, it's a challenge, and I have spent 20 years trying to convert shoot to record in my head, and I get it like half the time.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, you should probably evolve that a little bit. I'm just saying.
I'll work harder.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, yes, Ronan's going to record
It's like a tobacco thing, right?
Yeah, some kind of tobacco event. We don't know pro or con. That's always the fun part, is we'll show up and find out what exactly we're talking about tobacco today. But that's what we get paid to do.
Tobacco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smoke it.
It's everyone. We're here in if you're on the internet, we're in Washington D.C. and everyone in Washington D.C. has an opinion on something.
Yeah.
And so we kind of the camera guy in the back of the room. We get to see it all.
That is interesting. I've always found that kind of interesting about the work that you guys do, is that you are truly just like an unbiased observer.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever it could be right, could be left, whatever. You guys have done it all.
We're
and
just
you're just
showing it.
there and capturing the content.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a pretty good description of why I got into this business. Is a lot of video jobs, a lot of them are cubicle jobs. You're at a desk, you're editing. But like when I go out, I go somewhere different every time. I've shot in a coal power plant. I've shot hanging out of a airplane window. I've shot in a chicken nugget processing plant. I've been on stage at concerts, and it's just all kinds of things that I would have never done. Otherwise.
Wow.
So like that's to me why I'm in this business. I never know where it's going to take me.
Oh my God, you're far more interesting than I thought like 5 minutes ago.
I like that I've been in a chicken nugget processing plant was a step up.
But who can say that?
There,
Who can say that? It hasn't worked in a chicken nugget.
The two takeaways I had is, one, I did not realize that you could breathe a taste. Like you go in and it's just like, am I eating chicken? Like, no, that's just the air. And the other one was, it wasn't even so much the smell as the noise. They gave us earplugs. We were photographing in there for about 3 hours, and when I left, it felt like I had been at a rock concert.
Really?
It's just the machines. I think it's the machines that are like, they're doing the boiling or the roasting or whatever is going on in there. It's just like, and you walk in, you don't really notice it, but it gets to you after a while.
Wow. You know what? You just gave me an idea. Like, I think sometimes we don't really appreciate the work that people do, especially that sort of like production work and what comes with that and the cost that could potentially, to their bodies and beyond. Like, what if you did some sort of documentary where you're just like, you're showing that. You're showing what people go through, the sacrifice, and a way to help people to better connect. Because I think a lot of people can't connect with what you just said. Like, man, it's not just, you think, okay, they're making chicken nuggets. So what do you think? I don't know. They're out there like glooping out chicken and putting it in a fryer or something. But you're like, listen, no, these guys are sitting in here for 8 hours a day with like they're at a rock concert. What sort of damage is that potentially doing to their?
It's tough.
Yeah, to their bodies.
Yeah, I've watched with interest over the past 20 years that basically you're describing like YouTube video essays. There's a lot of people that do stuff like that, and I've always been kind of envious of them, that like if I had a trust fund, maybe that's what I would do. I've skewed towards the like, no, I have clients, they give me money, I do the things for the money. But like, yeah, there's people online that I'm jealous of where they just go out and do what you just said, which is like they show up at a town, they show someone off, and that's what they do. And it's a chicken and an egg thing. They make money off it, but it's like, how do you get started in that? That's a tough thing to break into, but it is very fascinating.
It is pretty cool.
Speaking of fascinating, Ronan, what do you have for us today?
So,
transition.
Just like how you guys were talking about, like the damages things can be done to like your body that people just don't understand.
Yep.
Today we are going to be talking about distracted driving.
Okay, that will damage your body for sure.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Google is bringing YouTube, Waze, and Zoom to cars with native Android software. So I'm going to jump in front. First of all, yesterday I know we mentioned the refrigerators with touchscreens on them.
Yep.
The reason my daughter wants one is she's convinced she can watch YouTube on it. I don't know if you can, but that's her opinion. Is if the refrigerator had a touchscreen, I could watch YouTube in the kitchen.
Okay.
So my point is, this is right up her alley.
Okay.
People who own a vehicle with Google built in are getting
What's
more
your
stuff
opinion
to
on
play
this?
with.
How do you feel? How does it make you feel?
Well, first of all, I am way behind the time. I do not have any kind of screen in my car. Like, they're legally mandated now. Like, my car is so old, it has no screen of any sort.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of behind.
Does it have the turn knobs on the radio?
Yeah, yeah. Everything's like a button or a knob on my car. I have a mount where I put my phone for a map.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of all I do. Is like, there's the map. It tells me when to turn.
Yeah.
I don't have anything fancy in my car, so I don't know. Yeah, are we, Ronan? Have you read this? Are we talking about like YouTube for people in the back seat, or am I like watching sitcoms while I drive?
So it's basically sitcoms while you drive. It's using that screen next, like in front of the center console as your YouTube display or Zoom display.
Yep. Okay.
And it says for when you're stopped at like a red light, like a long red light, or you're just like stopped waiting for someone, then you could just watch YouTube or so.
So this all appeals to me, but I'm actually very happy that my car doesn't have these things. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if everyone online knows, I drive manual transmission cars specifically because I like the amount of tactile feel, and I like the interaction with the physical things. And so all of this kind of feels like it's taking me away from that.
Okay, so my take is going to be a bit controversial. But it is what it is. I'm all for it. Here's why. Because we're doing it already. And we're doing it less safe.
This is the safer way to do it.
Like,
yeah, no, that's a
so,
very good point.
People are holding their phones up and watching YouTube, whatever. It's been happening. I think that controlling it a bit more, creating a safer environment to do something that's probably not that safe is
Yes.
probably a good idea, especially as we get into more of the autonomous driving of the vehicles and all that. So
For
like,
sure,
hey
yeah.
man, let's George Jetson it all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit in there and let the car drive itself and watch my favorite Ronnell Richards and Business and Bourbon YouTube video.
Podcasts, everything.
Podcasts, all of that.
That is something. I don't know if this will address it. I really want Netflix to do a audio car mode. There's a lot of shows that like I know I don't need to watch them. Like I'll drive home, I'll plug my phone in and put it like in the console so I'm not seeing it. Like I don't want to distract myself, but I'll put on like Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Put it in there. I've seen it a dozen times. I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
But I listen to it. It's like an audiobook.
Yeah.
But it's like I have to hide the phone. I would love Netflix to just be like car mode, and just like give me the sound of Star Trek.
Well, Jeff, and all, I want this to not sound bad and not offensive, but I mean, your car is 62 years old, bro.
Yes. No,
They actually, when you plug those into plug your phone into some of these cars, like it will just play the sound, like it won't.
So this is a my problem, not a.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do know my car is very old. It's it's coming up on I think it's 13th or 14th birthday.
Nice.
Well, see, I don't have the record here.
13th, 14th. That's like, so it's. Let me see.
It's like a
dog years. Let's see. That's 82.
It's no,
It's
it's
82?
yeah. No, I would that would be lovely, but no, it's like a 2012 or 11 or something. I think it's 2011. But no, no one here wins except Ronan, whose car is actually the same age he is.
Yes.
Nice.
He got the manufacturing info off like the VIN number, and what is it? Your car was built like a month after you were born.
No, so the car was built July of 2003, and I was also born in July of 2003.
Oh, so you're twins. Okay.
Yes, to the month.
When's your birthday?
It's the 6th of July.
All right. My
Yes.
daughter's the 7th.
Hey, that's the same as my mom's.
What? Mine's the 21st.
They say if you put something like it's only like a dozen people in a room, like 2 of them will share a birthday.
Really?
Statistically,
Yeah.
like not every time, but it's an incredibly small number. It's somewhere between like 10 and 20 people. The odds of 2 of them sharing a birthday are like astronomically high,
Oh, wow.
which I don't understand. It seems wrong to me.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I've,
man, way to
I've
not
read
make people feel special.
Yes, it happens. So, well, anyway, someday I'll update my car and I'll be forced to get a screen, and
Yep.
then maybe I will look into this, Ronan. So,
Well, I mean, at least your car is not 20, like almost 20 years old like mine is.
yeah. Well, you've
So-
upgraded your stereo though, so he actually has a better stereo.
Yeah, I did.
He's
Yeah,
got more
my-
controls
my-
than I do.
Yeah, my car actually has I think it's like a 7-inch screen in the display, just so I can see my map more safely than
Nice.
looking at my phone.
Yeah, there you
Nice.
go. Good job.
And hopefully before long you'll be able to watch YouTube as well.
That is true, but I think I'm more excited about Zoom. So then I can still be late to work, but still attend the Zoom meeting like I am not
Nice.
late to
Jump
work.
in the meeting. Yeah.
Yes.
That's for all those early morning meetings we make you get on.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed watching. Here, Ronan, back to camera 2 for a second. I know you're
Okay.
following the
I
script. Good
jumped the
job.
gun, sorry.
But I just want to say goodbye to Ronnell because he's going to be not here tomorrow for everyone tuning in, which probably means our ratings are going to tank. But it is what it is.
Yeah, well, my mom will stop watching.
Yeah. She'll well, right now my family is the largest contingent of viewers. So hi mom as well. But we're working on getting those numbers up. Anyway, for everyone who joined us, thanks for sticking through it. We will be back tomorrow with more tech news or oddities, whatever it is we find. Until then, we will see you later.
Bye.